Shattered. Too unbreakable. Listen here, sweet sister. Whether you think you have one little crack or you are shattered into a billion pieces, this podcast is going to give you the resources, tools, and skills to help piece yourself back together to form a beautiful, unique, solid, and unbreakable masterpiece. You are listening to Shattered to Unbreakable, the Reclaim Podcast. Let's talk. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Shattered to Unbreakable. I have a special treat for you today. I am actually going to play a recording of the presentation I did at the AWHONN conference, and that is the Association of Women's Health, Obstetrics, and Neonatal Nurses. So this was a huge honor. They hold a special place in my heart. Obviously, I've got 4 kids. I don't know what I was thinking, but I said that I had all my babies at Rocky Mountain National. Yeah, I did not have them all in the national park. That was hilarious when I realized what I said after the fact. I had my babies at Medical Center of the Rockies, not in a national park. Anyways, nonetheless, I still appreciated everybody I came in contact with while I was having my babies. I felt very knowledgeable walking out of that hospital with healthy self and healthy babies, so I love it. I was so honored to speak, and I wanted you guys to be able to hear some of the takeaways from this speech. Many of these are things that I've taught before, so it might be a little bit of repeat, but if you're a nurse, this is for you, and thank you for all that you do.
That's me. I'm Brandi Babin, self-discovery strategist is what I call myself. I help women design a life of alignment so they can find peace and meaning, which is what I found. I'm standing over here so you can see my outfit. These podiums do nothing for my sparkle. Anyway, okay, next slide. Okay, who am I? I'm a lot of things. I stand here today so grateful to be asked to speak to you all. Nurses hold a very special place in my heart. I'm a mom of 4. So many of you may have even been at Rocky Mountain National when I had my babies. And I can tell you that I don't remember faces well, and I don't remember names because I was like traumatized by birth at the time. But I do remember how you made me feel. And that's something I'm really going to harp on today is I just don't want you to worry about how you look, or if you don't look the way things tell you, if people tell you you should look, it's going to be how you make people feel. I don't remember who was overweight, and I don't remember who had their lashes on, and I don't remember who didn't shower and had their hair in a bun. I remember being taken care of and feeling very safe and very knowledgeable. I see some of you laughing. I love this. Okay, so I need one more thing from all of you, and that is to stand up real quick. It's just going to be real quick. Here we go. Okay, so this only works if you actually get in the air. So you have to do a little, yeah, you got it. And if some of you might pee if that happens, don't worry about it. Just this little one. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you got to move. I know people are looking at you. Oh, look at her. That has to be a code violation, but I'm okay with it. That gets your blood flowing. Nothing falls asleep. Your brain now has oxygen. I'm out of breath. That was a bad idea. Okay. So now you should be very awake. I know you've probably all had your coffee. Okay. So I'm not a nurse. Spoiler alert. I don't really know what you guys go through every day. I have a tiny little taste of it. I've been everything but a nurse. I've been a QMAP, a CMA, a CNA, an RA, a bath aide, a dietary aide, and I worked the COVID unit in assisted living during that whole thing. So I feel your pain a little bit. Yeah. That was 12-hour days, 14 days in a row. Full PPE, look like a hazmat person. Like you guys know, the gown, the booties, the gloves, the mask, the goggles, and the hairnet. Are you serious? But yeah, I was giving showers in full PPE that is hot and humid, and it fogs up your goggles. I don't even know what I'm washing. Just feeling for something, I don't know. Oh, that was rough. And then we had to also do their food, and we had to also do their laundry, and also take them to the bathroom. And you guys remember during COVID, bathroom visits were not nice. They were not. It was messy and smelly, and lots of vomiting. It's just... So I have a little taste of what you go through. A little taste. You guys deal with a lot of bodily fluid. I don't even know. Like, props to you. So, like I said, I just got a little taste of what you go through. So I had to do a little bit of investigating. I asked some fellow nurses, what is it that they deal with day in and day out? So let me see if I have a good picture. You're working doubles. You're picking up shifts. You're exhausted. You're inundated with paperwork because the state loves you. I don't know what that's all about. You don't eat. And if you do, it's like vending machine. You're living off of energy drinks and a full pot of coffee. Yeah? Is any of this right? Okay. And on top of that, you get to deal with lovely people every day, because I know everybody that comes through is just a peach. Oh, you probably have seen it all. All the different moms. The ones with like the 5-page birth plan, and they really think that's how it's going to go. Like, at least I had alternates on mine. Mine was 3 pages. I was like, ideal. If that doesn't work, if all hell breaks loose. I had those. So I gave you guys some options. Okay, I'm a nice one. And my births, they went a little quick. I really didn't have any choices. I had group B strep on one. They didn't even have time to get me antibiotics. It was like, hi, I'm on the triage table. My water broke, and there's a head right there. And so the triage nurse was like, oh, let me walk with you to your room. Oh, I dilated from a 4 to a 10 in like 30 minutes every single time. Everybody was like, you're probably not labor, go home. I'm like, no. The first time I did go home, and I almost had my baby on the bathroom floor. So I basically labored in the waiting room, the hall, and the triage room for all 4. And finally, by the 4th one, I was like, you give me a room, or I am calling somebody. I don't know who. I might have connections with the president. You don't know. I need a room. Luckily, I got one that time. I didn't get checked in, but they gave me a room. I was like, okay. But it all worked out. Okay, I know I've been really funny for a little bit. I love to be funny. You know how it is, like you live through trauma and then it makes you funny. And you can't really be funny unless you've been through trauma. It just doesn't work. Okay? So, as funny as I am, that's how much trauma I've had. All right, so on the more serious note, I know that you've also seen the moms that aren't really in the movies. The ones that are like, they really shouldn't be moms. Like, they didn't take care of themselves. They're not taking care of their baby. They didn't take care of their pregnancy. And you're not sure if they're going to take care of the baby when they get home. And that kind of stuff probably weighs on you a little bit. And then there's the moms who are so sweet, and you know that their husband is a freaking jerk. And they'll be going home to that. That's the heavy part. I also heard that you give and give and give and give and give. Everything you have while you're at work, it takes all your focus and all your energy and all your love. And you get home and there's nothing left. And your kids wish that there was something left, and they want it and they crave it, so they smother you and you feel guilty because all they want is you, and you just don't have anything left. Or your friends, or your husband, or your wife. So all of that, the exhaustion, the not eating, the coping skills that might be unhealthy, the long shifts, the paperwork, the hard things that you have to see. You see life being born, but you also see life being lost. Why in the world do you do this? No, I'm really asking though. I want you to shout out to me reasons. Why are you a nurse? Why do you keep doing this through everything you go through? Why are you still doing this? Shout outs and right. Why do you love it? Okay. Yes, okay. The response she gets from the patients, which is like the sharing of energy. Why else? To make a difference. Good outweigh the bad. The good outweigh the bad. Beautiful. I need money, honey. I got student loans to pay for. I went through nursing school. I am making this work. That's good. Any other reason? Because I'm good at it. You don't even need me up here. She's going to be talking to you guys next time. I love that. Okay, so you want to make a difference. You enjoy the engagement. You enjoy it's rewarding. Like, you're going to do this because you love it. That is huge. My only question is, Do you love yourself as much as you love your job and your patient? Some of you might be in your darkest moments looking for some magic in your life, some sort of breakthrough. I can tell you it is you. The magic in your life is you. I love that movie Frozen 2 when she says, it's like that show yourself song. And she finally realizes, I am the one I've been waiting for all of my life. Not a partner or a husband, not the right amount of money or the right house or the right, you know what I mean? We can just go on and on about all the things that we hope to have. But the only thing that's ever going to stick with you forever and ever through your sickness and health and poor and all the marriage vows is you. Honestly, it's you. And the only person that really truly has your best interests at heart is you. Because everybody else is speaking from a place of their experience. It's what's best for them. And so many of us, including me, have the best intentions when we give advice. We really are trying to help the person we're talking to, but your advice only works for yourself. Now, if somebody asks you, you tell them, that's fine. But finish it up with, but what do you feel? What do you think? What's right for you? Because what's right for me isn't right for you always. Trust your inner voice. And my job today is to make you believe that just a little bit so that you take that through the rest of the conference and the rest of the week and the rest of the year and the rest of your career. So I'm going to do a little exercise, and you're not going to know what the heck it's for until later, because I'm like a suspense thriller. It's my favorite. Okay, so I'm going to have you think about the worst thing you consistently say to yourself on a regular basis. And if you could write that down or keep it in your head, you don't have to share it with anybody. You don't have to write it down. But think about the worst thing, the meanest thing you say to yourself on a consistent basis. What is that? I'll give you a minute on it. Okay, I think you all have it. Yeah, you're all looking at me. Perfect. Okay, now I'm just not going to tell you what that has to do with. I'm going to go to a story. Really good at transitions. Okay, next slide. This is my Emma. Look how cute she is. She also thinks she's cute. Very cute. In fact, she thinks she's the coolest thing in the whole wide world. And this was a little bit younger. She was 5. At 5, 6 years old, she'd go put on her favorite outfit. She'd run out to the living room. She'd say, Mommy, look at me. She'd just twirl, and she'd go to the mirror, and she'd flip her hair. And she'd just say, Mommy, take a picture. Look at me. Look at me, Mommy. I'm so beautiful. Like, yes, you are. You're so beautiful. You're so right. Oh, she's just the cutest thing. And she believes, she really, truly believes she is so beautiful and so funny and so cute. And everything she has to say is more important than what you have to say. And she's right. You're not right. She doesn't care that you've lived 30 years longer than her. She's right. And nobody has told her that she's not yet. So she believes it. I was watching her, and I had just come through a really hard time. Mountain crest, 1.5 days in a mental hospital. Wow. I was really, really mad at my OBGYN nurse for recommending that I go to the emergency room to see a psychiatrist. And I got booked to Mountain Crest. I was furious with her. She tricked me is what I felt like. I learned after Mountain Crest that was the best thing she could have done for me. And I made it out a whole new person. I realized I was in a mentally unhealthy relationship because of my trip to Mountain Crest. And I started my road to healing after that. And I got to leave that fuzzy ducker eventually. So I thank that nurse for recommending that, even though it scared me half to death. It was one of the worst times of my life. I got strip searched. I got taken there in the back of a security car like a criminal. I mean, I had to lift up my boobs to be checked for suicidal tools. I was like, my boobs are not that big. What am I hiding under there? This is not fair. Anyway, I was looking at her like, okay, I must have had that. At one point in my life, I must have been that confident. I must have. And I must have loved myself that much. Because I was 5 once. And then I started remembering, I remember video cameras. Remember those huge video cameras, the VHS? And your mom's like, huh? And now we're like, hold on. It's like so fast. And you don't have to worry about charging your big video camera. I remember my mom took it to a play once and she forgot to charge it. She missed half the play. I was like, well, I guess we'll never know what happens with Audrey and Seymour and the big plant. Hope everything's okay. Turns out it wasn't. I got eaten, but fine. So I just realized something happened. Something had to have happened between when I was 5 and now that completely destroyed me. And I feel like that happens to so many of us throughout life. Basically, you becoming an adult. There was something that hurt you or told you you weren't good enough. Something had to have happened. Every single one of you. Oh, there is a guy here. Hey. I'm so happy to see you. Okay, sorry. I got derailed. That was a lot. Oh, okay. That's trauma. You know, that messes with your brain, your hippocampus, your amygdala. There's all kinds of stuff that happens with trauma. I know you guys know this. As you grow up, you lose this childlike love and delight for yourself over time. And that's when I decided women need to know that at one time, they were a little girl or a little boy who loved themselves so much. And nobody could tell them otherwise. They were the greatest thing on this earth. And that little girl and that little boy is still in there. Still in there. Which is why you hurt for injustice. Which is why when somebody tells you something bad about yourself, there's a part of you that wants to be like, who are you to tell me that I'm not awesome? But then you've been trained. I mean, neuroplasticity, you all know what that is, right? You train your brain to see what it wants to see. You've started to believe the lies. They've created pathways in your brain. And now you also say those things to yourself. Do you remember like a picture or sometime when you were 5, 6 years old? I have a picture where I was like in this little red tutu and these little red Dorothy Wizard of Oz clappy shoes. And I was just like that, like so happy just to be me. Do you guys remember that? Anything that, yeah, you have some pictures in mind? Okay, do me a favor. I want you to close your eyes real quick. I want you to really hold on to that picture. See it, see yourself. Now I want you to pretend you're in that picture with yourself. And I want you to kneel down in front of yourself and look you in the eye. And you can see like your little 5-year-old self is just looking at you, like waiting what you're going to say. Now I want you to say that mean thing that you wrote down to that little 5-year-old. You can open your eyes. I guarantee none of you would do that. Yeah, we wouldn't. We just wouldn't. So you can't do that to yourself right now. You're still that little girl and you're still that little boy. You can't do that anymore. So I started with this because I want you to take this the rest of the day and I want you to be kind to yourself as if you were that, because you are that little 5-year-old inside of you is still there and she still wants to change the world and she still believes she can. Like she is 100% sold she can change the world and 100% sold that she's beautiful and worth listening to and worth taking pictures of. Gosh dang it, you guys let people take your picture. I know you don't feel pretty, but they think you're pretty. Your picture is needed. We want to remember you. We want to remember that time. You don't want people to be like, weren't you there? Like, yeah, I was there. You weren't in any of the pictures, son. So just be kind to yourself. If you hear somebody else talking badly about themselves, call them out. And you can even be mean about it. Like, excuse me? Don't you dare talk to that little 5-year-old girl like that. You check yourself. That is not okay. You can even like whack them on the head if you want. Spanking's legal. It doesn't say you can't spank other humans, like adults. It's legal in Colorado. I'm just kidding. I guess that's assault. What age does it become assault? That's not fair. I'll have to check that law. I gotta stop slapping people. Anyway, it hurts you, and it keeps hurting you, and it creates pathways. Every time you say those things to yourself, it creates those negative pathways, and then you start to believe it. And once you start to believe you're not enough, or you're pathetic, or all whatever else you guys said, mine was nobody's going to follow you. Who do you think you are? You're not a leader. Golly, I would never say that to that cute little girl right there. Not ever. You can go to the next slide. This is just for kicks and giggles. There I am. Look at me. She just believes she's the coolest. This little haircut, my mom bribed me. She's so mean. She's like, I'll give you a Barbie dress if you let me cut your hair like Anne Marie. From All Dogs Go to Heaven. That Barbie dress was not worth it. Should have got me the full Barbie collection, but it's okay. What's the next slide? 95. Oh, I wrote that wrong. It's 98. Actually, I've been doing this for like 2 years. Maybe it is 95 now. I'm just manifesting. It's going down. Go me. I'm a leader. That's right. That's right. Okay. So my job today is to give you tools and to help you change this mindset. Because if you change this mindset to where, I mean, I'm not one to like sugarcoat things and give everyone participation trophies. Like, I understand having high standards and expectations for yourself. That's okay. I actually like that. But there's a way to be gentle with yourself. So if you're thinking about, I mean, I don't want you all to be like super fake with me. I hate affirmations that are like, you are great, you are strong, you are beautiful, go tackle the day, you know? That's like not realistic, and it's hard to believe that. So it's okay to be real. Like, I'm lactose intolerant. I should not eat ice cream. It hurts. There's lots of side effects that we won't mention because you all know what they are. I happen to still eat ice cream, like once every 4 months. It's like I don't remember the pain. So I get very angry with myself when I eat ice cream. But I've learned how to talk to myself. Usually, like before, it would be this very mean conversation. And now I talk to my inner 5-year-old and I say, okay, Brandi, you know that we have problems with milk products, don't you? Yeah. Okay. And then you still chose to eat that ice cream, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Okay. So maybe next time we can remember the excruciating pain and smelly mess that happened after that tiny little bit of pleasure of the taste of the ice cream. Okay? Okay, we're good. And then next time I just do it again. But it does work for like 4 months. I'm like, no. Guys, there's ice cream without dairy products in it. Why don't I just eat that? Why don't I go get one and keep it in the freezer? I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to my 5-year-old self about that later. But my point is, you can be gentle even when you screw up. You can be gentle with yourself. Every failure is an opportunity to learn and grow, which makes it not a failure. It makes it a learning opportunity. You should be failing every day. If you're not, then you're not growing. And it's okay to fail. There's nothing bad about that. There's nothing bad about screwing up. I love screw-ups. It makes me so aware and so ready to grow and to learn and to create a new plan to make sure it doesn't happen again. Like, it's okay to screw up. You should not be perfect all the time. If you're perfect, you're either narcissistic and you're not actually. You need to go get help. Or you're just not trying hard. You're not trying hard enough things. You're not pushing yourself, right? You need to grow a little bit. So don't be too hard on yourself. So the tools. I have tools. How are you guys doing? Do we need to stand up and dance again? No. Everyone's like, I'm good. Okay. I guess I won't make you dance again. It's halfway through, though. I feel like do we need some? Are you going to remember? Oh, I got a nod. Okay, let's do some music. The nod on the rules, all of your head shakes. Let's do music. Stand up, come on. I know you hate it. You're going to feel so good after, though. You can do this between your conference sessions, too. She's going to find some music. I'm going to dance to the music in my head because I'm crazy and it's there. Yeah. She's working on it. Night at the Roxbury. Something. So if you don't want to dance, you got to run again. I can't. It makes me so out of breath. Yeah. Let's get your hands in the air. And then just up and down with your knees. There you go. There are some of you that are so not enthused right now. Oh, yeah, you hear that beat? There it is. Do you do some rolls? My cheerleading face comes back to me. Okay, that's good. We can sit down. So, I know that seems super silly and super stupid, but it really does help. If you're at work, this is one of my little strategies. If you're at work and you're just feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, not having a good day, I challenge you to create a dance break. It's going to feel super weird and people are going to look at you funny. I did dance breaks at my last job and people hated me for it. Like, I'm trying to get this email done. I've got 5 reports due. Stop with the freaking dance breaks. And I just got a text literally yesterday from my boss saying, I miss dance breaks. I was like, you do not. You hated me. She's like, no, I really do. Nobody here is crazy enough to do it, and I'm not going to do it. Anyway, be the crazy one. Do dance breaks. It really will liven up the whole feel of your shift. It really will. Also, another little tidbit. Your legs are the biggest part of your body, so it creates the most adrenaline and heart pumpiness. Those are all technical words. And so if you do lunges down the hallway, or if you do squats while you're charting, there's also this really weird posture where you point your toes inward and then you push your butt out and your chest back. This is heaven for your back while you're charting. I know it looks weird. Look at me. This is not attractive. But put your toes together. It forces your posture to get your butt out and your chest back and chart like that for just a few minutes. And then there's also the whole trick of like putting one foot on the cart or get a stool or something and then change. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm a professional at that too. Okay, so strategies. I have presents for you all. When you leave here today, grab a journal. Will you hold yours up? Show the world. This is the guidebook. Actually, can you go to the slide with the guidebook on it? That's better, so you can all see it. Yeah, we just did that. One more, there we go. Okay, so this is the guidebook. Each one of you are welcome to grab one on your way out. This is my gift to you for all that you do. Thank you so, so much for everything that you do day in and day out. I want you to take this because it's jam-packed with so many tools, and I don't have time to give you all of them today, so I'm just going to pick out a few. But this is a complete remake of the design of your life to get in alignment. Because if you're not in alignment, even goals are stress on you. And I could tell you all the things like stop smoking, drink more water, don't eat processed food, exercise more. That's like, okay. But if that doesn't align with you, it's just stress. It's just one more thing to show you you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not enough in this world. You know what all of that is marketing. You need to exercise more because the gyms want you to have a membership. You need to walk more because Fitbit wants you to buy a watch. You need to drink a gallon of water because those gallon jugs are like $50. With the like times like, you're almost there, you got it. You know what I mean? I got one of those. Apparently 110-pound people should not drink a gallon of water. That's too much. And I also learned you need electrolytes if you're going to drink that much water. So my point is, the world's habits are not meant to be your habits. Society's goals are not meant to be your goals. This is why we feel like we're not enough. Because everyone's telling you a whole friggin' list of things you're supposed to be doing, and it's not right for you. Yes, drinking more water is good for your body if you have electrolytes. You guys are nurses. You know how to be healthy. The point is that you don't have the time, you don't have the energy to meal prep every Sunday night. You know what I mean? And some of you probably do, and bravo. I've tried over and over. And so I struggle with eating right. Sometimes I forget to eat altogether because I'm just so focused. And then I eat this huge meal and people are like, where did that go? If any of you are thinking dude, eat a cheeseburger, I do. I eat a lot. I have just sick metabolism. I don't know. It's genetic, so don't hate me. But I don't work out very much. And honestly, it just needs to be right for you. If you enjoy working out, by all means, take time to work out. Take that time for you. That's great. If you enjoy cooking, meal prep, because that's something that brings you joy. If you don't, get some HelloFresh, man. They're pretty cool. If you can afford it. Oof, it's getting up there. I want you guys to use the guidebook to create habits that align with you. And in order to even know what habits align with you, you have to know who you are and you have to know where you want to go. And that's what's cool about this guidebook is it takes you through the first exercise is pretty hard because you have to list everything that you don't like about yourself. I call this the dump and bump method. It's you write down everything you don't like about yourself, and then you have to cross off things, which is the bump part. Cross off the things that you can't change or won't change. If you're not changing it, you're choosing it. Like, I truly believe that. Even in my marriage, I kept thinking, I'm the victim here. I wasn't changing anything, though. If you're not changing it, you're choosing it. I chose that husband. I didn't choose to be abused, no, but I chose to stay, right? So you're going to take, if you hate your nose, but you're not going to get a nose job, you quit complaining about your nose. It's your nose. Just cross it off the list. You can't do nose push-ups and fix your nose. So we're not going to have that on your list. And then you're going to cross off everything that somebody else told you was bad about yourself. Their opinion does not matter. Only yours does. So you're going to cross off. One of mine was too goofy. I'm too goofy. I realized somebody else told me that. And actually, a lot of people who love me love how goofy I am. So that's actually going to go to the good list. So there's a bad list, dump and bump. There's a good list. We don't dump any of that. We love it. But we star things that we really want to foster. Like, I'm really good at guitar. I love playing guitar. Okay, start playing your guitar 10 minutes a day or 10 minutes twice a week. You know what I mean? Like, start reintroducing the things that you love to do, and it will start to have an energy shift. When you start changing your mindset to speak to this 5-year-old little girl and start making time for the things that she loves, your mindset will shift and it will change the trajectory of your whole life and the life of those around you. You are most like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So a lot of you spend the most time with each other at work. You better be good examples for each other. But seriously, you choose your friends wisely. You choose your family members. I'm sorry, but just because they're family doesn't mean you have to let them in your life. Yes. We all have one, at least, that we just you stay over there. So the thing that I realized lately, as far as forgiveness, like I've been doing a lot of forgiveness work because I was holding strong to my boundaries, and that's important too. And I do still hold strong to my boundaries, but I've realized difficult people are only doing their very best. But their very best isn't safe for me. So I'm allowed to love them where they are and step away, and they stay there. I love you. I know you're doing your best. So I can forgive what you've done to me in the past, but I can tell you your best isn't safe for me. Until your best is safe for me, I can't be around you anymore. It's important to guard your heart, right? Stay there. I have a few of those. I'm very picky about foods in my life now. So a lot of people are feeling that. And that's okay. I became the B word. That's kind of fun sometimes. I was so sweet for so long. And now I get to be the B word a little bit. I can see why it's addictive. Okay. So I want you to think about the time of your life, because I know you probably have one, where you just felt like you were killing it. You're on top of the world. You were smashing your goals. Your friendships were great. Your social life was great. You were learning and growing. You're beautiful. You're like in style. You were trendy. Just all like you're the best time of your life. And then I would like you, because this is not in the journal, so this is a bonus. So if you want to write this down, great, because you can do it later. This is one of my favorite new dump and bumps. Write down everything about that time of your life. What music were you listening to? What shows were you watching? Were you even watching TV? You might not have time for it. Who were you around? What was your partner like? What kind of things did you do? What did you spend money on? How did you do your hair? Your makeup? What did you wear? How much did you sleep at night? What were you eating? How much water did you drink? Or did you drink a lot of vodka? I mean, write it all down. Maybe vodka is what makes you happy. I'm just kidding. Don't. That's not a good coping skill. Joke. I went to this conference and this lady was like, you should drink vodka. So I did. And now my life is in shambles. Anyway, back on track. You're writing down everything about that time of your life. And then you can go through and say, okay, what's realistic for me now? What used to bring me joy that I'm not doing anymore? And I'm not talking about spending a lot of time doing stuff. I know you guys don't have a lot of extra time. But it could be something very small. And that's when I want to talk about self-care. The media and the marketing world will have you believe that self-care is something you put on your body. Face mask. Botox. Take a bath. Go get your nails done. That is not really self-care. That's spending money, which is sometimes fun. Self-care is actually what goes into your body. And I'm not even necessarily talking about food and drink, but I'm going to teach you something that will help you relax. It's your nervous system that's all jacked up. So self-care is not always what you put into your body as far as food and drink. It's what you put into your body as far as what you hear and what you see. So the music you listen to. I know you guys know about this like mix where 1 minute it's like country and then it's like gospel and then it's like Slipknot. You know what I mean? And like, have you ever noticed, like you're just so confused after that. After you listen to your playlist, you're like, I don't know if I'm happy or sad or angry. Like, I'm not sure how I feel. Because music invokes an emotion and every song has a meaning. It reminds you of a time in high school, or it reminds you of a time with your parents, or if it reminds you of the time you got your heart broken, or it reminds you of an old ex that you kind of still think about. Whoops. You know what I mean? Like, and I know it's hard because you love the nostalgia, but try to make a playlist. You can even do playlists for moods. Like, this is my house cleaning playlist. This is my unwind from work playlist. This is my get ready to be with my kids playlist. So the music is important. Also, what you watch on television. My guilty pleasure is the Kardashians. I don't know why. I don't even like admitting that. I think there's 5 of them and there's 5 of me and my sisters. And so I can I see each of my sisters and each of them and I'm like, this is so relatable. And also Kim is going to law school. Like, how cool is that? And she's still wearing all that crazy stuff to law school. Get it, girl. Do your thing. So that's my guilty pleasure. But when I watch that, I create drama in my brain that's not actually there. It's just like all of a sudden I feel like a Kardashian. I don't know what's going on. But it's what I'm putting into my body, right? It's what I'm viewing. So the movies you watch have an effect on you. So just be careful what you watch. Be careful what you listen to and be careful who you're around. Because that will actually affect you more than what you're eating and drinking. I have stopped harping people on what you put into your body as far as food and drink. Your body will correct itself eventually. It'll make you sick on that processed food. It'll make you crave something healthy. If you have too much sugar, it's going to make you sick. You're going to want to crave something healthy. You'll be fine. The stress, though, you won't be fine. Stress will kill you faster than anything else. And I know you guys are highly stressed. And so I have some tricks for you. Nervous system, your vagus nerve, you can disrupt any sort of overwhelm or anxiety by doing several different things. One of them is just breathing, and it actually helps if you make some sort of sound. So all of you take a deep, slow breath in, 5 counts. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it 2 more times. In. Out. In. Out. I don't know about all of you, but I feel it in my head and in my chest and the arms. It just immediately calms me down. I do that with my kids, and I'm like, give me a minute, I need to breathe. They're like, oh, Mom's breathing, everybody shut up. So breathing is huge. Humming a song, or if you're so frustrated you can't even get out a song, it's like, it doesn't have to be pretty. But it resets your nervous system with the vibration of your voice. Also, something I learned, if you're really, I don't know if any of you deal with like severe anxiety or borderline severe anxiety. If you deal with that, tapping has been one of the only things that really brings me out of an onset of an anxiety attack. I still have those times where I just get so stressed and I'm not even sure why. Like I can't even explain it. My body's telling me something that my brain doesn't understand. And that's what sends me into this like panic. And so I learned, and there's a whole podcast episode on this, but it's called tapping. And there's little spots. So everybody do it with me. Tap with your 2 fingers on your temple, under your eye, under your nose, chin. This is the weird ones. Underneath your armpit. And then let your arm fall up right here on your collarbone. Okay? You just do this over and over again, and you say out loud what's going on. So you don't have to keep doing it with me now. I'll just do it. Okay. So the other day I was having like a panic attack in the car. My kids were behind me. I didn't know what was going on, but I felt like a failure. That's just what kept coming up. And so I was like, I feel like a failure, and I don't know why. I feel like a failure, but I don't know why. I feel like a failure. I'm not sure why. And then it started to unfold. I feel like I'm failing my kids because I yelled today. I feel like I'm failing at work because my to-do list is very long, and I keep getting interrupted. I feel like a failure at home because my man is being so nice to me, and I am not being as nice as he is. The only place I don't feel like a failure is in my spiritual life. That's a good thing. Now I'm aware. Now I can fix it. Now I know what's going on. Before I was just like, I'm not okay. My heart's beating really fast. And now I'm like, oh, I just had a rough couple days. I need to give some love to my man. I need to breathe with my kids. I need to ask for work at help. I need to ask for help at work. Ask for help. That's a huge one. Ask for help. Take the help. Don't try to do it all yourself. So that's a good tool. So I'm going to close out. I have like 4 more minutes left. And I want to talk to that little girl and little boy again. And I want you to talk with me. You can close your eyes if you want. I'm going to close mine because I want to picture actually talking to your 5-year-old. So I want you, I'm telling you, and you tell you. Hey, I'm sorry that I forgot about you. But I'm here now. You are safe because I got you. And I'm not leaving you again. And I'm going to protect you. And everything I say to you is going to help you. It's going to make you feel loved and cherished. Because you were right. I was wrong. We can change the world. We are beautiful. We have every capability and strength that we need to do exactly what we were put on this earth to do. We are not lacking, and we'll grow every day. And we'll have mistakes, but I'm going to be there with you. You don't have to be afraid to fail. So we're going to do it together. You are safe. Put your hand on your heart or put it around your, whatever motion that you feel is necessary to give this little 5-year-old something she's been wanting, whether it's a touch on the hand or a hug. Put your hand on your heart, something. Rub her head. Touch her face or hairs. Whatever it is that your 5-year-old's been needing from you, give it to her now. Give it to him now. You are safe. I've got you. I've got you. Okay. You can open your eyes. Just have him now, okay? Promise? Do the journal, look through it, find what works for you and leave what doesn't. I am not a genius. I don't even have a psych degree. I'm in psych classes, I'm going for it. But I just wrote down my story in there and what helped me, okay? I'm not a professional, I'm not a counselor. I just know that I came from extreme rock bottom of thinking that I wasn't even needed in this world or wanted in this world. In fact, I thought I was going to act like by staying alive, I was going to hinder this world. And I realized that is the biggest lie I've ever been told. And you guys might be told those lies along the way. And they are lies, and you should be mad at them. And then just hold that 5-year-old self of yours. Encourage, love, cherish, grow. And if anybody else talks bad about themselves in your presence, check Colorado statutes, but whack them. All right, guys. Thank you so much for letting me be here. I love you.
Thanks for listening, you guys. I wanted to let you know our website has changed. Our new website is called thereclaimstrategy.com. I think it is so fitting. We also have a whole university full of free courses and downloads, so please go check that out. It's called the Reclaim University, or Reclaim You. I thought of it all by myself, so proud. And so hop on there and download some resources. Also, I would love for you to share this podcast. The more women we can get in front of, the more women we can save, and the more children we can affect. I love you guys. Stay sparkly. I'll see you next week.